Hi, this is Scott with Android Guys. I'm here with Luke.
Hello.
Luke, how are you today?
I'm all right.
You have an app or a game? Or
I have a game.
A game? All right. Let's hear it.
Talking about a game called Mega Tower. This is a tower defense game from Uloft Games. Pretty popular developer. You've seen their games kind of in the space. It's a free-to-play game, but it does have in-app purchases. And so this is, standard tower defense ideas. You're building up different. In this case, it's takes place on. You start on like a moon, and so you have like a space base.
Okay.
That has one tower, and you're fighting these landing aliens. And as you level up in the game, you add more towers, quote unquote, but it's just more turrets and pods around your main tower. And you'll have machine guns or like mortars that fire bombs, or there's a little warrior one that has these robots that come out that have lightsabers that will attack the things. And basically you're just fighting off waves of monsters or aliens.
Okay.
And trying to beat per level, and then you get money that you can use to upgrade your base or upgrade your turrets. This is it's a really fun game. I have put a little bit of time into it, and not super far, but so far I want to play more.
Yeah.
Like I find myself interested to see where it goes, because there's a lot of different, as you look through, the things you've unlocked. I've unlocked maybe 3 or 4 things, and it looks like there's a list of like 30, 35 different things you unlock.
Is it just a tower defense, or do you feel like there's other games?
So it looks like there are things. So there is some colonization kind of things where you're collecting materials to build up colonies. Okay. So you'll go to other planets and try and explore them to colonize, and then a little bit of like resource management to up that. So that's another part of the game. There is, of course, it's free to play, but you can pay money for gems or coins, and those are used to upgrade your turrets or unlock new things. There's daily quests that you do. There's weekly quests. There are ads, but they're not there. There are some forced ads. So if you beat like 3 or 4 missions in a row, after that 4th mission, it'll jump to a 30-second ad.
Okay.
And so you have to watch it. There are also options in the store to pay by watching ads. So you can, there's different sections where you can pay with coins, you can pay with gems, or there's a section where a couple times a day, you can't constantly do it, but a couple times a day you can watch an ad to unlock something.
Okay.
So I thought that was kind of a neat trade-off. I hadn't really seen that before. We've seen, and this does this too, when you beat a level, you get a certain amount of coins, but you can watch an ad to double it.
Yeah.
We've seen that quite a bit from things. Or you can pay $10 to remove all the ads and keep the benefits.
Oh, okay.
Also, it looks like you can earn tokens to skip ads. So as you progress through, you can earn these tokens that let you skip an ad
and still receive the
benefits.
Okay.
So it's pretty sweet. All of your little, whether it's a turret or a mortar or, whatever your defense style is, you can upgrade those also. And then there's also these modifiers that you can add to them, where sometimes it'll add a blast, or sometimes it'll add different kind of ammo, or, different things, so that it's better, and you can have a little bit, maybe it's better against things in the air versus things on the ground, or different possibilities to kind of make your tower your own kind of play style.
Is it a top-down view of a tower?
Yeah, so it's a little bit, kind of isometric. It feels a little bit like an RTS game.
Okay.
Your tower is a central point, and you can kind of view 360 around it by swiping left and right on the screen. And then you can tap on each enemy that you want to focus down. And your towers will shoot automatically, but if you tap on an enemy, they will focus that one first.
Okay.
And so there's a little bit of strategy of, you can shoot at the heavier armored stuff and the slower things, but by doing that, you might have all of the little smaller aliens might rush your tower faster.
Sure.
So there's a little bit of a balance of that. The graphic style is really nice. It's very pleasant to play. It's kind of maybe like a low poly, kind of like Minecraft Dungeons style game. But it's very well done. All the colors match, and then the menu system just adds to it. Doesn't feel like sometimes those games can feel like two separate things, like your menu system and then the gameplay. Everything feels harmonious. The only thing that I worry about is it does seem like it's very easy to get lost in just going through the menus. There's a lot of different things to check as you level up and as you unlock things. I find myself, and maybe it's just because I'm earlier in the game and it'll probably plateau, but I find myself, I'll play like 3 or 4 missions, get into a forced ad, and then after the ad, I'll go through and see what I've unlocked or spend money or something. And I find that, I'm completing this quest. I'm going over to this page to complete this quest and, all these different things. And there's like a calendar thing by, every day that you log in, you get this. And so there's a whole bunch of different things to click through.
Without really knowing early on what each does.
Right. So it just kind of feels like you're chasing the notification bug through.
I'm clicking claim, but I'm not quite sure
what I'm claiming or why or anything like that. But all that to say, I do want to keep playing, and I find myself wanting to go back to it. I gave this overall, I gave it a 3.4.
Okay.
The features, are a 3 because it is a basic tower defense that has, a little bit different take on it. There's not necessarily a path that things are going through, but it is just, you're upgrading a certain amount of defenses against a wave of enemies.
Do you feel like you can recognize improvements in them? Like, is it?
Yes. Yeah, you can definitely tell as you upgrade either your, your little turrets or your main tower, things will, die a lot faster.
Gotcha.
But as you go through, things will also get harder. So
sure.
Or there'll be more and more. Graphics wise, I gave it a 4. Graphics are not super detailed, but they're very well done. And the game, again, playing on a higher end flagship phone, but the game does not seem to take a lot of resources. There's a lot happening on the screen, but it doesn't seem like, my phone's not getting hot, or it doesn't seem like it's hanging up on a bunch of explosions or anything like that.
Okay.
Audio wise, I give it a 3 because it's all right. It's, pretty basic. There are some fun sound effects, a lot of, sci-fi-ish laser kind of stuff. But it can get repetitive, especially in a tower defense game where things are firing constantly. It just drones on and on. Replay value is a 4, and then ads and notifications, I gave it a 3 because you can turn it off, but you're not forced to ever watch an ad except for every couple of missions. Otherwise, it's a choose to watch an ad.
Yeah.
I haven't seen, as far as outside of the game, I haven't had any pop-ups of like, hey, come back and play.
Yeah.
I imagine maybe we'll see a few, but yet to be determined on that.
Yeah.
But overall, it's a good game. Mega Tower, Tower Defense by Uloft Games.
Awesome. Thanks, Luke.
No problem.